If you've been watching my videos from the past several years, you know that I crimp my own bubble flare brake lines. To do so is economical if you find yourself making enough of them, or in my case, it's the only way you'll get lines in exotic materials that you want to make them in the specific lengths that you need. In my case, I like to use stainless steel, because, well, stainless steel. It just looks nice and it lasts forever. The proper size for a Volkswagen bubble flared brake line is 4.75 millimeters. Otherwise, a 3/16 line will work, and then collect some 10mm flare nuts to go with it. If you've ever worked with stainless steel before, you know that it's extremely difficult to form. It hardens the more you work it, thus a regular bubble flare tool for softer metal lines is just not up to the task. So I got a proper bubble flare tool. It's not only good for Volkswagen brake lines, but it will also form lines for most any automobile out there, as well as fuel lines if you're so interested. Simply cut the line to the length you need, and then use a 4.75 DIN block. Taking note to face that side into the tool, place the line between the blocks and just snug the clamp, then turn the flat side of the wheel into the line and pull the bar until it stops. This levels the surface for the crimp. Now tighten the clamp down and turn the wheel to the 4.75 bubble flare and pull the bar until it stops. Presto! A perfectly formed bubble flare. Now comes the critical part. Be sure to drop your flare nuts onto the line in the correct direction before you crimp the other end. Yes, I was once a beginner too. This tool isn't cheap, but if you find yourself needing custom brake lines, or if you need to do this kind of work often, this tool is a must-have. You can find the link below in the video description, and if you click it there, I think Amazon sends me like $1 or something, so I really appreciate your clicks. Thanks so much, you guys. Let's return to the video. Welcome back to DuckmanCycles and VW Garage. I'm your host, the Duckman. And this is...
Thoroughly disgusted.
And her name is...
Viva Queen!
And we also have today...
Severely shocked, Aislinn.
Severely shocked Aislinn. And once again, I'm the Duckman with no creativity put into my name. But we're here today to work on VW Karmann Ghia. And today we're working on brake lines, master cylinder, and e-brake cables. Because some people thought in the last video, they thought they would criticize, we didn't see you put the e-brake cables on, or the lines. Well, that's because that was subject for another video. Are you excited to have fun and turn a wrench on this thing a little more? Because, I mean, it's so close to getting a safe rolling chassis. Yeah. And at that point, the only thing we got to do after that is make sure the transmission shifts, that you have an engine that runs, and it's ready to go down the street.
I need wheels.
Well, I mean, that's just bolts right on. It's 5 bolts on each side.
I also need to put the interior back together.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But again,
Yeah.
that's not too hard to do. We gotta do a little bit of welding down there for the seat brackets and such to make sure that's mounted. That's actually work. The engine and stuff is easy stuff, believe it or not.
Yeah, I need a place to put my butt.
But the seat's custom, so we do have to do a little bit of mounting there. But we're gonna get back to that later. But first we're gonna go ahead and roll that intro so that way you guys know exactly who we are. Hit up duckshit.net for all of our different social media links. You'll find my links, you'll find B's links, and you'll find Aislinn's links.
Me.
People have been asking who she is. We're going to talk about that in the future video, so please stick around, stay tuned. Meanwhile, here comes the intro. See you in a bit. Alright, what do we have today? We've got us some braided brake lines for all 4 corners. Those are yours right there. We'll show you how those go on. They attach to your wheel cylinders, or in this case calipers, because everything's 4-wheel discs on here.
Alright.
Don't be clicking that ratchet. Those are going to go on each one of those corners. In each corner also, there's a short brake line. Now, these are different lengths. We'll pick out which one is the correct one when we get it on there. I've got a proper line bending tool also, so we can get some really nice bends on there and get them put into place. And we also have our master cylinder here with a integrated brake reservoir. And I like these because then you don't have all them extra lines that are up under your hood that tend to leak, that get knocked off. They're just generally a pain in the ass. It's a little bit difficult to get to it to check it to fill it, because the best way to do it is to pull off your left front wheel. But in our case, it's going to be just fine, because it's one of those things that once you put it under there, you usually don't have to worry too much about it, especially in a disc brake system that everything is going to be brand new. Now, we also have our e-brake cables here. This is something that was discussed in the last video but not demonstrated. And there was a reason for that, and that's because it was kind of a pain in the ass to get under the car, so we were going to handle these all at the same time. That's what you've got there, some kind of a bridle whip. Ooh. And of course there's one more there right here in the bag. So yes, there is two. We also have a mounting kit for the master cylinder. So there's a set of bolts in there as well as these spacers, which everybody always seems to forget these. You see that there? That goes inside the Napoleon's head on the front of the car. If you don't put those in, you crush the car when you tighten the bolts down. Bad news. That's right, they go right into there. Well, you ready to get started? Alright, we got our wrench winch over there. Show us what you got. All the tools to get everything done, which is really simple, is not a whole lot. That's a wrench winch, that's horrible.
Thanks. I'm so happy to have that name now.
You're going to break your nose.
Wouldn't be the first time I've broken my nose.
Well, it's a very delightful, pretty nose.
Thank you.
Alright, let's go ahead and get back to work. How's your nose?
It's good.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Alright.
A little drippy.
Drippy nose?
It's cold.
Yeah, there's worse things to be dripping, I suppose.
Very moist.
Alright, well, we're gonna get to it. Hello, B.
Hi.
What you got there?
A ratchet.
A ratchet. And then up underneath here is our master cylinder. We're going to start removing the old one first because that thing is just cruddy, all rusted, and we don't know the actual condition of it. There's two 13mm bolts on either side, and there's a rubber gogie in the middle. The rubber gogie, you can rip it right out of there if you want. It might even still be in good shape. We might be able to use it on another master cylinder in the future.
Nope.
No? Well, leave it be.
Okay.
It'll come back out.
Ooh.
Yep. Wind them bolts out of there,
Right.
and I think you'll be good to go. It won't take you but a minute to get them out. We're not going to actually show the whole entire process of that because most people watching know how to loosen a bolt. It's just more interesting because you're doing it. Oh my, is it that good, really?
Yeah, let's try this one.
Maybe I'll get you a block of wood. Alright, we got a block of wood under there. We got some gynolubriment on the inside to try to loosen up them bolts. And hopefully you can get enough torque on there to get those things turning.
F.
Don't be too worried about breaking them off either, because if they break off, it don't matter. We got all replacements.
This
Good
is
job.
the trick. For this one, anyway.
You guys might see a little light coming through the floor up front there. That was the section that we didn't finish welding and sealing up. That one bolt.
One bolt.
You didn't show me your prize. Show me your prize. Look at that. Oh my. A little bolt. Look at that bolt. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty rusty.
Yeah, it's pretty rusty.
So is the spacer.
You know, the washer?
Or the washer.
Actually, you pulled it out. The spacer fell down inside the Napoleon's hat. You should have left the bolt in. Just loosen them. It doesn't really matter at this point. But those spacers, if I can salvage them, I will, because I'll reuse them in another project.
We'll find it.
Yeah, well, you won't. It falls down into the black hole of doom. Go. There it is. A block of wood made all the difference in the world, didn't it?
Yeah, that and a little lubiment.
Yeah, gynolubriment. Gynolubriment. Smile for me.
Make those. Right? Make those nuts moist.
Are you having trouble loosening your nuts?
Dino lubiment. It's a man's best friend. Now available for winning.
Whoa! Do-do-do-do-do-do. Gynolubriment.
For all your water-based lubiment needs.
Oh, yeah. Is that loosened up there?
Loosened.
Good. Is it like loosened? Like?
You want some more?
Well, is it ready to come out?
Not quite.
Okay, it needs to be ready to come out, but don't pull it out of the hole. Just leave it in the hole. This is one of them critical Volkswagenisms. I don't think there's anything else on the car that's quite like that. It's just those little spacers that live up in a Napoleon's head. They, there you go. Just leave it in the hole. Good. Okay, let's get back under the hood. Next part.
Make it.
Here it is. Nope. Try again. Nope. There you go. There it is. And there's that rat's nest of wiring bloom that's under there. We're going to deal with that in the near future as well. But for the moment, that gas tank is what needs to come out next. There probably shouldn't be any sharp edges on it, but be careful anyway. There you go. Lay that right against the tree. That'll be just fine right where it's at. Okay, Now up under here is the master cylinder that we just took the bolts out of. And by the way, guys, ordinarily the gas tank we bolted in is a bolt here, a bolt there, and 2 more in either corner. And of course, it's ordinarily a fuel line as well as a fuel filler. In this case, they weren't installed. Alright, that master cylinder down there with all lines and crap coming out of it all have to come out. Okay. Probably want to disconnect the electrical wires that are on there first and just get those out of the way.
These guys?
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any brake fluid in this at all. So probably you could just pull the lines off the top of it and not worry too much about it. Oh, they came off easy.
Yeah, the other one wasn't even attached.
That is really nice. They often just get stuck. You can actually tuck that to the right if you want, over the steering column. Yeah, that way it's just stepping out of the way. It's good. Now there's 2 lines that are in the top of it. Those guys got to come out. Okay. They might have a little fluid come out of it. They might not.
Same.
You can pull the whole. That's fine too. That's exactly what I was about to say. Just pull it right up and out of the master cylinder. And that one came off the way it's supposed to. Good.
All right.
Okay, now that entire master cylinder is connected to some brake lines that we still see. There's 3 of them, right? You just touch them all.
Yep.
In this case, in our case, I don't ever reuse these old brake lines. So the fastest way to get them out is not to deal with the little nuts that are on there, but rather just to cut them. And that's the fastest way to get this thing out of there. And I think that's exactly the way we're going to handle this. So what I'll do is I'll grab you a set of...
snipper snips?
Yeah, some cutters for that real quick. And you just clip them off, and then the entire master cylinder should slide right out of there. So let me grab you a tool for that. We'll be right back.
Perfect.
Snip them lines. As I said, we're just cutting them off. There's no reason to save these old lines. Since I typically replace everything with a really nice stainless or something else anyway, this is all just going to go away.
I don't think I'm on it completely.
Yeah, you got to get on it. Get down on it.
Copyrighted.
That's why it's all I said. And snippied.
Snippied.
Okay, that whole master cylinder should come out. Now watch them lines that you just cut off. They are sharp.
Mm-hmm.
The wiggle that thing, it should come right on out of there. That's kind of interesting. Oh. That's really interesting. You could try...
Oh, there it goes.
Alright, fantastic. It was actually, like, it galled itself onto the chassis, apparently. And a little bit of rust around there. Rubber gogi is still in good enough shape to salvage. Nope, never mind. Had a hole in it. It's torn on the side. Dead gogi. Actually, you know what? It's burned. That was from me welding.
Oh.
I burned it. Doesn't matter anyway. We were replacing it. So, let go.
Let go.
It's garbage. Muff cabbage. Alright, you've got that out of there. Now we're going to start pulling some lines out.
Alright.
Now most of these lines you can attack from the bottom side by just moving the wheel around.
Okay.
There's a little clip that's right there. And that little clip needs to come out, and then the brake line will completely come disconnected from in this area. So that clip comes out, and then the brake line will slide through the hole. And it'll be the same over here on the other side too, which is right there. That guy.
Okay, I see it.
Won't be too much to it. I need to grab you a pair of pliers for that.
Yeah,
Sometimes they come right off, but I've also got Duckman grip.
I feel it's kind of loose, but it's also rusted. I don't want to cut my hand, so...
Yeah. Looking at it from underneath the wheel area, and you can see she's going to pull that clip out. Snap it on there tight. Lock. Oh, you got it. There it is. These stupid little clips. These things are expensive. It's so stupid, these little clips, as expensive as they are. It's just a piece of sheet metal. And I often buy them in stainless steel just so they don't rust like this one did. But you got another one down on the other side there.
Yep.
So
hopefully you can get it.
Then?
They what?
Are they stock?
Yeah, those are stock. Stock ones are the ones that rust. Same parts are actually used on some Porsches also.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. And they go all the way back to the original Beetles. Yeah, you're not going to do that without a Duckman Kung Fu grip. I've been, like, reinforcing my Kung Fu grip since I was a teenager. Just, you know, I've been practicing, like, every day.
How do you... Can't even get it to lock.
Loosen it a little bit.
Loosen?
Turn the knob on the back there.
Oh!
Yeah, it was just a little too tight.
Okay.
It's probably way more than you need. Yeah, it's too much.
Okay. I've never used one of these before.
You never used vice grip, really? Oh man, It's like no toolbox is complete without one. If nobody told you to get a set of vice grips for your Volkswagen toolbox, then those guys are just as dumb as I am for not saying it before.
No, it wasn't on tight enough.
You might have to tighten it just another quarter turn. Way too much. That's probably way too much. Yeah, it doesn't need a whole lot. There you go. And wiggle it forwards and back. I know the tie rod, that's left to right. Forwards to back in relation to the car.
Oh, okay.
I know the tie rod's kind of in the way, but you should still be able to get some motion in there. Little motion in the ocean.
Let's see, now it's...
Yeah, you gotta lock it on tighter.
Yeah. Okay.
These are tricky. It's still unbelievable I take them off with my bare hands sometimes. Just grab it, rough it up, and then just pull it right out.
It's not moving, is it?
No, it doesn't appear to be. I might have to get in there for you. Yeah. All right, my turn.
Okay.
All right, after I looked at it more closely and I went to attack it, it turned out it wasn't even there. So one of those times that she pulled on it and like yanked it, it went flying and probably fell on the ground somewhere. It came out of the vice grips. But yeah, this stupid little clip, we'll replace it. I got a bunch of chassis here in the yard. We'll pull one off of one of the other ones and we'll be going. It's not a big deal. Okay, well that's good. That's good. Now you should be able to snake that brake line right on out from where it's at. Yep, that's it. And the same thing on the other side. Watch the sharp end on it. That's it. Just throw them right in the trash can. And the other one's right under here, a little short stubby guy.
What happened to the third? Oh, this is the...
That's the one you're going to pull through from the inside of the car.
Okay.
There you go. Brakey, brakey.
Brakey, brakey.
Throw that right into the corner of the yard where the ladder's at over there. Just sling it right in there as far as you can.
Yeet.
Not bad. Okay, you see the master cylinder's out. There's that brake line that runs the full length of the car right on up into the firewall in the back. And we're going to cut that. And we're going to pull it right on out. So you should be able to snip it as far back as you can get it. That's it, just snippy, snippy.
No, I just bent it. Dang it.
And don't be afraid to be forceful, because we're just going to ruin it anyway. Alright, now grab it somewhere in the middle and pull it towards you. There you go. Imagine if you didn't cut it. So it's always a pain in the ass. Alright, roll it up in a ball and throw it in the corner. And where did the bucket go? I haven't seen him in a little while. Oh, you got him?
Behind me, over here.
I'm looking behind you, but I don't see behind you. Oh, he's way over there. Okay. You doing, bucket? Ooh, again. Hell yeah.
Ah! Okay, that looks better.
I was just checking your work.
Go ahead, you can look. You said these?
Yes, those lines can come out all the way up to the master cylinder there. There's no reason to keep any of that. You can cut it, and there's little squirrel poopies in there. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut it.
Everybody's gonna bitch at us for not wearing gloves. Oh my god, these poopies and things, which by the way, guys, are petrified.
Of poopies?
Yeah, all them little squirrel turds that are in there, all petrified and turned into dirt. They're weathered at this point.
Oh, I thought you said men were petrified of poopies.
Yeah, some guys are, apparently. You gotta wear gloves, you gotta put on a mask. Have you never heard of things like Ebola?
Let me get
That's for bats.
Yeah, Ebola's a bat?
That's where it came from.
I thought there was the Wuhan
give
flu.
these to you, because you have pockets.
I do have pockets.
The wrench winch.
Everybody needs a wrench wench.
Oh, I didn't think you'd cut that. I thought you'd just rip them out of there.
How?
Grab them from the bottom and just rippy. Really, the only ones you need to be concerned with at the moment are just the bottom ones because they're in the way.
Oh.
Just grab them, lift them up, and pull them right towards you. There you go.
Oh!
What did you do? Punch yourself? Did you scrape your skin?
Yeah, did you not see that?
I mean, I saw it, but I don't know what happened. I guess I have to rewind and watch the slow motion.
Boom.
Don't do that,
That's why
man.
I wanted to cut him.
Don't do that, man. Did you, like, really mess it? There it is. All right, we got a little hydraulic fluid coming out here. All right, I'll see if I can find you some peroxide or something inside.
I wanted to cut it.
Just pull it up instead of towards the, straight towards you. I didn't think you were going to do what you did. Yeah, be forceful. Straight towards you. No, you're going to get whacked if you try to assist.
I'm going to go wash my hands real quick. Oof.
Ducky grip. This area up underneath the hood here, this is known as the Napoleon's hat because you can tell by the basic shape of it. It looks like something stupid that Napoleon would have worn on his head. These little spacers are the ones that I was mentioning that get lost down inside the Napoleon's hat area. There's one on each one of these bolts with the bolts pass through to hold the master cylinder in. Once those bolts get removed, they usually fall down inside the Napoleon's hat, but they're actually still in place because a little bit of rust managed to hold them there. So the existing bolts will be able to run right through that without having to worry about these. So we're going to put these on the side for another project, and we're just going to roll with whatever is there because it's nice and easy. We don't have to adjust them, not have to worry about them falling out. Just be ginger when you slide those bolts in, so that way you don't actually knock them free.
I'm always careful when I slide it in.
That's it. Push them through all the way. There you go. Looks good. All right, let's check the master cylinder side. Think you can handle this, Aislinn?
I think so.
Are you tall enough to get in there?
Yeah.
We are a bunch of tall people here. Everybody always thinks that I'm just an average height person. We're all really tall. Okay, what have you done? Yes, you're backwards.
My bad.
All right, you got it.
I see your gogie. Woo!
All right.
All right, we ready?
Yep. Just turn them by hand.
Oh, okay.
Get them started. Let's see how that works out. Does it feel like they're threading into you?
Oh, yeah.
And on both sides?
Yep. Just to the point now where I need to use the ratchet.
All right, well, let go of this just for a second.
Okay.
Let go. Just make sure. Okay, we did just confirm both the bolts are in both sides. At this point, all you got to do is start tightening them down.
Okay.
And the rest will happen auto-magically.
Okay.
That master cylinder will get pulled right into place. Very nice. Even more nice. Show me this. Oh my, what have we here? What? And this is going to go out this side right here where the yellow plug is.
So take the plug out?
And then it's going to get shaped kind of up into a question mark shape, and then it's going to go through this hole.
Okay.
Okay, and that's where your little clip's going to go on, but we're not going to attach that just yet. We're going to get it not even through the hole, but approximately right here where it's going to stop.
Okay.
Okay, so let me get you a tool for bending this.
Okay.
And I'm going to let you get creative to make it however you want. You can do it in a curly Q, you can make a question mark, you can do a zigzag. Get artistic. I'll give you the right tool to do it. You got to twist the end of it. He's a villain.
Everybody's the villain in someone's story.
That's the truth. All right, B's got some brake lines in there she's been working on. She formed some of the bends there with a brake line bending tool. So this line, as you see, with all of its little contours, kind of gets it in the end over here where it needs to go, and then boom, down on top of the master cylinder. She's also got another one there, Z-shaped. Nope, that's not it. Where'd it go? Oh, it's right there. And it's gone.
Now it's on there.
Yeah. She's formed that one.
Yay.
To come out the, what would be the left-hand side of the master cylinder, so it comes out like that, and then goes into where it needs to go. Now you've also got some braided brake lines over there. These are the ones that are going to attach to the calipers themselves, and those need to go into the calipers first because they actually spin around, versus these. These have a flare nut that rotates on the end. So those are going to have to go on first there. If you guys do the wrong thing and you attach them on the opposite end first, the only correct way to undo it after that is either take it all apart and do it again, or unbolt the caliper and spin the caliper around instead, which is very doable. And you can ask me why I know this, because, well, I've done it before. So we're going to drop them brake lines on in there, and let's see what you got. I'm going to come around your side first.
Okay.
Start with that braided one.
Okay.
And we're going to get into that caliper. I was going to come around that side of you. There you go. All right, here's your caliper. Got a little red plug in there, huh? That goes there. Somewhere the wrench has some winches for us. We're looking for what I believe is a 14 millimeter. There you go. Just get that snugged up. You don't need to yank the crap at them, but you do need to make sure that they are tight. They're good, that's good, that's enough. It might have been a little bit much. For those of you tightening brake lines, don't strip them, and be careful with the ends, because they'll break if you over tighten them. And once again, ask me how I know.
You did it.
All right. It's a nasal capping. Oh, and it's gone.
It's gone.
All right, now we got to get up to the other end of it, down on the inside here. And you're going to put your little Z line. Z-line. Look at the line here. Put that, what's going to be out of the left side of the master cylinder. It goes in there just like so.
Actually, it'd be easier to put thread this
yeah, it
through
might
first.
be, because that's going to be loose.
How loose is your goose?
I don't know, where'd he go?
It's on.
There we go.
I would have attached it on the other end first.
Oh, okay.
It might be a little finicky.
I'm a little finicky.
There you go. It is righty-tighty. I don't think your braided line is going in quite straight. Push it towards the back of the car. Yeah, it's a little straighter now. That's probably got it. Okay, I guess Alexa agrees.
Okay.
Snug up good?
As far as I can get it.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. Then you're going to get that side. Snug them up, right? And it's nice that this is all new components. Everything is going back on nice and smooth without being too difficult. You don't need to put any Teflon tape on these things. They all automatically seal when you tighten them down. That was based on how the bubble flares are supposed to work.
I'm going to need a wrench to tighten it.
You're going to need 2 wrenches. You'll need the 12 millimeter flare nut wrench. That's the one. And then you'll need the, I believe it's an 18 wrench with the busted box end. Yeah, because you won't be using the box end on it anyway. One of my friends did that and never chose to replace it. Nice guy, huh?
Yeah.
So the 18 is going to go on the stainless steel line, way up the braided side.
Oh,
yeah, the big nut. And then you'll put the 12er on that side. Now, I believe these are ordinarily 11s on Volkswagens, but because these lines are all made by me, I used what was available on the market at the time, and those flare nuts are 12 millimeters. Now, that's a flare nut wrench. Go over the line first, and then slide it over the head. Yeah, those things are awesome. That's it. That's how they work.
I'm just going to be kind of clunky at it.
Yeah, it's an awkward position you're working in. And there's no way to get a proper ratchet on there. I guess if you had some kind of a crow's foot socket or something, you could. Somebody out there will correct me, but they're garbage. You're only going to be grabbing the nut from 2 sides versus 5 sides. Actually, a line wrench might even get it from a full 6. Well, I call it 5.5 because it does have a split in it. And that's my pickle.
What about your pickle?
It was being stimulated.
Okay.
I got poked with a wrench.
Oh. I was a little confused. That's all right. That's all right.
It's a pickle wrench. Which, by the way, I never found my pickle fork to show you. You're probably tight enough on those. You don't need to crush them out.
And then this one?
Yep, then that one. Same way. Righty-tighty. Now that brake line, you know, is pushed through that hole. You can push it forwards and back. Now that little clip, which is up to your right shoulder up there, is going to go back in there. Now the clip has a flared side on it. You see, it's the side that the top of it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's this part that you grab the wrench with. You make sure that that's going to be facing inwards on the car.
Okay.
Okay, now pull that brake line, or push it if you need to, towards me. And then you want to slide that clip down.
Here?
Yeah, it'll slide down in there. I can't tell if you're on the front or the back side of it. There's not enough
Do
light
I need to
say.
be on the side towards you or
Yes.
away from you? Towards you.
On the side towards me. Now there's a ring that's machined into the end of that cable, or hose rather. If it's not pushed in all the way, you won't be falling into the little slot. So push it in there tighter.
Can I hand these?
So it'll be exposed. Grab that line real quick. I'll show you what's on there.
Yeah.
Okay, you see this has this groove machined into it?
Yes.
That needs to slot into that.
Oh, okay.
So you need to push it in towards me, so that way you can get it in there. Now it's going to be a little tight, of course, because those line that you're trying to flex is going to be a solid one.
Yeah.
So it is going to put up a little bit of a fight. Now some people like to attach those first before you start turning nuts and things.
It's
I
not.
find that that's not always a good idea.
I don't think
Yeah, it may not be aligned directly in the hole. It might be a little out of whack. It's got to go in perfectly straight.
This might be it.
If you still have a problem, then you probably want to detach one of the brake line ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can detach the one on this end, for example, or something.
Okay.
Yeah, because things get finicky when you start tightening things down, and this last connection is the hardest one. That's going to be where you put that clip in. If you can't get it, I'll hop in there and I'll do it. It might just need a Duckman grip on there. That super kung fu grip I've been working on since I was 12.
Yeah, honestly, if we could get just like a little bit of help, it will slide right in.
That's what I've heard before. You look like Oscar the Grouch coming out of a trash can. That was too good. I'm going to get in there and I'll help you out. All right. He got started on this side there. She got the line attached down below on the caliper. You can see she's also got it shoved up through the bracket correctly. Excellent. Your next job is to, oh, okay. You're showing us something there.
Boob hat.
Oh, you got a up nipple.
No, it's a hat.
You've been tweaking it to turn that color.
Top hat.
It's a top hat. Hello, my baby.
Alright.
I need this one and this one.
And this one. And that's going to go in from the top side.
Here, now you can have a yellow boob hat.
Yay, I can have two.
There you go.
Woo! I'm excited.
Alright.
Oh, another one!
Let's see them. Show me the presents we gave you. I think we just got a thumbnail image.
Oh god, no.
Yes!
You won't be able to tell what it is, though. Alright, you got the line attached on the master cylinder nicely. Good. Getting it on that side.
Can we put the clip in before I tighten it? Would that help?
Yeah, you can, but I don't know if it would help at this point. Everything's nice and rigid.
Okay. Ooh.
You might have a little trouble getting that in there. I guess you're about to find out. Remember, you got to line up that slot.
Yeah.
You want something to beat it with?
What was that? I couldn't hear her.
You
She
want
was...
something to beat it with.
And then I started giggling. I will also need your help with that one.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Did you line it up okay?
I thought so, but maybe
All
not.
right, well, let me have a look. Snugging up them lines. Had a little trouble with the clip on there. Sprayed a little bit of gynolubament on it, and on it went.
That's on there very good. Oh, I don't like this angle. I don't have a lot of wiggle room.
What the hell are you doing, Boomer? She's kind of marching around us here.
There we go, that's better.
Yeah, snug fit up in there, that's for damn sure.
I can relate.
Oh!
Tighten.
I meant my bras, what were you talking about?
Your bra.
There we go.
What's up, bra? Yay!
Okay.
Alright. You have your front brakes and all their lines. Effectively, they're done. All they really need at this point is some bleeding, and the sucker's all ready to go up front. Now comes the rear line, which we're going to get it started. We're not actually going to hook it all up because we need to get into the rear end of the car and pull all the other stuff out of there. And the problem is, we're running out of daylight. So I think we're going to cut this one a little bit short. Yeah, that's what happens. It's Florida weather, and although it was a nice day today, it was roughly about 60 degrees. I mean, that's actually beautiful for this time of year, but...
Not until like 11.
Yeah, that's true. It took a little while to get there, and now, of course, it's about to lose the sun, and the temperature is starting to change. So it's going to be chilly before you know it, and I'm out here with, short sleeves and stuff, and, well, I'm not uncomfortable. Still, it's just not nice to be crawling around on the concrete ground.
Do we wait to plug everything back in until the rear's done?
Well, what we're going to do, actually... Remember that hole that the brake line went through? There's a hole over here where you pulled that line through.
Yeah, right here.
You can see it? Mm-hmm. Okay. You're going to be feeding the new line through that hole.
Oh.
And we're just going to rest it in there. We're not actually going to go completely through.
Okay.
Because then you need to go back through the backside here.
Right.
Where that line was cut. That you shoved up in the floor there. Mm-hmm. And you're going to be going through that hole also. So it's going to be fed through the front, through the car, alongside the hump, and then through that hole. There's a connection under there you're still going to need to take apart because there's a line you cut off is still under there.
Okay.
We'll have to take that out. There's a T. Remember I mentioned the T? Mm-hmm. They're brass, and you'll remove it from the T. I don't know. You can give it a shot if you want starting, but I think it'd probably be a great video to just do it all later. I think we put enough time into this one. What do you think?
Yeah, okay.
We already have a full video for today, and with it getting dark, there's no sense in hurrying it.
And I'm hungry.
You're just going to have to finish it up later. Fish and chips.
Angry.
You want fish and chips, too?
I don't like fish.
Why am I the only one not hungry today? I haven't eaten a damn thing today except for a Reese's, and I'm fine.
I think you binged and grazed.
Oh, I filled my camel's hump yesterday, huh?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up this video, then.
Yay! Food!
Boobs.
Titties.
Whoa. Alright, well, we're wrapping up the video today. Thank you, everybody, for watching. As you saw, we put the front brakes on because we're running out of daylight and it's starting to get a little Florida cold out here. Yeah, I know it's cold where you're at. We're all from further up north. We all know what it's like. But we're getting enough done today. We're going to hop on the rear brakes and the e-brake cables coming up in the future, as well as bleeding those brakes, which means at that point we're ready to push you downhill.
Woo!
But you can stop then.
Yes.
We'll be putting the pedal cluster in sometime shortly thereafter. We got to have you derust it too and paint that up too. So that'll be a little something to shake for the next video. I know you guys like to see rust being removed, and she's one of the best ones at it. Boomer here has helped us a little bit today. He was a little bit of a brat. Yes, he was. Just a little bit of a brat. But at least he didn't bite anybody in the ass today while we were working. No, you didn't.
No, because I picked him up and threw him in his little pool.
You went swimming. Got a little swim time today. Anyways, that's it for today. Anything you ladies would like to share? No?
Okay. Nope.
I guess everything we'd like to share you'd find up on duckshit.net. So if you haven't visited there yet, check it out. All of our different social media links, as well as Bee's fan pages, are there. You'll find Aislinn's stuff up there, and you'll find mine just the same. So please check it out, duckshit.net. Thanks again for watching, you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Oh, I forgot to say pluck the dingle bellies.
You did.
But you plucked
shame
it.
on you.
I did.
She plucked her dingle bellies.
I do a pretty good job of plucking my own dingle bellies.
Thanks for watching. Let's see, where do I want to be? I like me right about there. That's pretty cool. That blocks the refrigerator with my fat fucking head. I want to hump my foot.
I'll hump your foot.
Hell yeah. Stay tuned. Meanwhile, here comes the intro. See you in a bit. Everybody loved this last time too.
I know.
We gotta do it again because they're asking for it now. I think they like mine the best. Mine are the perkiest. Oh, I saw a nipple.
I got a t-shirt. Ain't gonna
You gotta outdo that. I can outdo it.
It's too cold for the shit.
Let's just say it's great to be the Duck Man. Thanks for watching.